invest in yourself. Okay, so acquire some life skills, some knowledge, build up your skill set, increase your skill set, and in particular, one thing that people cannot afford to overlook is to learn Chan. And this is so critical for your well-being. Okay, because Chan will take care of your physical health and your mental health. Okay, and will help you become more productive, more creative, and in particular, more satisfied, more have a bigger sense of fulfillment out of your life. Okay, and that's not stress enough. That life must be fulfilling. It's not enough for us to get up and eat and sleep. Okay, you got to do something in our life. We got to need, and our ideals is to try to make a difference, try to contribute more and more and more, and that's a secret of happiness. Okay, and so and Chan is central to this process. By the way, you need the spiritual skills to be the driving force for your life endeavors. And unfortunately, as I said, our teachers, our parents, our ancestors didn't know better. Okay, and for that, I'm very grateful personally to Master YongHua for bringing the Wei-Yang Chan training, the Wei-Yang Chan lineage to the U.S. for us to be able to take advantage of. So that's why I hope that more and more of you will be able to become more skilled and share that knowledge with everyone. Okay, that's the spirit of Wei-Yang Chan. We get better so that we can contribute more and then help more others. Okay? And it turns out that on Saturday mornings we decided to discuss the song Enlightenment. This is very, very important, it turns out. Struck up luck because Chan is about learning from someone who's knowledgeable, hopefully from someone who's enlightened. And so it's a song Enlightenment written by great Master YongHua. Actually, it was the first one to give us a very detailed description of what it's like. And therefore, very important for us to learn and study this so that we will be able to see and spot such teachers. Okay? All right? So now we're on slide 105. Thank you. Okay? He's talking about him. He says, they never say it. They never say they enlighten themselves. But it's implied here that I've changed. And for a person of my standard, he says, for enlightened people, I cannot grasp at leaves and seek out branches. He says, if you have wisdom, enlightenment is about wisdom. Yeah, wisdom. Then you will not strive, grasp at leaves and seek out branches. Refers to the fact that you don't. Wisdom enables us to avoid wasting time. Okay, we spare ourselves on trying to chase after grasp at leaves, after unimportant stuff, secondary stuff. Okay, And the seek out branches, not only grasping is just a one-time effort, and seek out is a long-term effort. Okay? There is wise people have a long-term planning. All right? So that's why, and if you have wisdom, you avoid making such mistakes, chasing after secondary stuff, unimportant stuff, peripheral stuff. All right? And I in commentary slide 106 here, I explain it as enlightened person myself. Master YongHua says, I am still a student of the way, and therefore I seek out the core teachings, the trunk and the roots of the tree, instead of the branches and the leaves. Branches and leaves are basically depend on the trunk and the roots, and they serve more for ornaments. But the core is the trunk and the roots of the tree. And the grass of leaves and seek out branches, it refers to the Hinayana in Buddhism. The Hinayana teaching is basically branches and leaves. 107. People do not recognize a Mani pearl. Of course not. Mani pearl here refers to is a Mani pearl in this context is a as you wish gem. This is a treasure where you get whatever you want. Okay, and deluded people cannot recognize the real value, the real gems of the world. Okay, and the Mani pearl here is basically enlightenment. Enlightenment is a state of mind that enables you to get what you want. What does it take to get what you want? Oh, my face is blurry on the screen. Oh, very good. What does it take to get what you want? Whether it's worldly, or whether it's spiritual. Yes, 5. Five.
Master, I'd say patience. It takes patience to get what you want.
Very good. It brings to mind, right here today, brings to mind a novel I read by Hermann Hesse. Anyone read that German writer? He's more like a philosopher who his novels are very philosophical, and he one of his novels is Siddhartha, the life story as patterned after the life of the Buddha, Prince Siddhartha. Okay, and at a very young age, in the Indian tradition, Siddhartha decided to go for the ultimate search for knowledge by cultivation, by becoming a Brahmin. Okay, so he followed a Brahma teacher who taught him. Okay, and then after he learned from a teacher for a while, and his best friend, his buddy there at the school where he met at school, And actually, it's also a childhood friend as well. And they went together to study under this great Brahmin teacher. And so they decided they learned enough, so they decided to branch out. Okay, and his best friend, I forgot what his best friend decided, what he decided to do, but Siddhartha, this person here, he decided to travel, okay, to the training, spiritual training, where you go by yourself, okay, and you become a shramana, you seek out alms, and you walk and walk and walk, okay, and eventually, he came to a city, and he met with the richest man in the capital city. Okay, and he met him through a courtesan. Okay, and so the courtesan fell in love with the young Brahmin, and then introduced him to this one of her patrons, the richest man in the city. So filthy rich, and so the rich man asked him, "What is it you can do for me?" And the young Brahmin said, "I can do 3 things for you. Number 1, I can read," which is not commonplace in India back then. Only privileged people get to learn how to read and write. And number 2 is I can do arithmetic, meaning I can keep books for you. Okay? I can take care of the addition and the keep books for you. Okay? And the merchant said, "And what's number 3? He says, "I can wait." That's so Buddhist. You know that? The Buddhists wait. Instead of whining and complaining, how come Master is not helping me? Why is it not the way I want? Okay? I'm out of here. Master is oversold. It's not the way I want. Part of your training is to learn to patiently wait. It's not always going to be the way you want. That's for weaklings. Weaklings need to be exactly the way they want. Okay? And those are the weak. They are dependent on others to get what they want. Whereas if it's not what you want, then what do? Chant training, you wait. And you wait. And you wait. And you hone your skills. Okay? You meditate and you wait. And you build up your skills and wait till it's the right time. And that's exactly what happened to that guy in Hermann Hesse. So the merchant put him to the test, and he patiently waited, and finally the merchant was sold. And this is a special man. So he employed him. Okay, he says he's a very special guy, this merchant. That's why he's so superior. He brought in the Siddhartha guy and said, and please, those of you who still remember the novel, I read this something like 50 years ago, okay? When I was a teenager, once. I was so impressed by the story, okay? I still remember the major parts of it. So he brought him and says, "I want you to work for me." The rich man says, he said, "Okay, sure, I'd love to work for you. But you know what? You are a kind of man that I do not want to work for me. I want you to be my partner. So here's what I'm going to do for you. I'll give you half of my fortune and want you to manage our combined fortunes together. So you have a 50% interest in the outcome. And guess what? Siddhartha accepted, agreed, and the man's fortune multiplied many, many fold. Yeah, so smart people, wise people have, think differently. Okay? They don't whine, they don't complain. They simply work hard. Okay? Relentlessly. Yes, you too.
Chat for you. Oh, Master, can you hear me okay?
Now, yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. Good morning, Master. We have some comments on the live chat. T.S. Geppetto says, you need determination and a stroke of luck.
Yes.
And Stefan Wonkmuller says, it takes blessings to get what you want.
It takes what?
Blessings.
Blessings, absolutely. Okay. Okay. What I want to stress to you is that Chan meditation will help build your patience. Okay. All those manifest eventually in the form of patience. You can patiently wait. When others give up, become disenchanted, you patiently wait. Okay? All right. If you can do that, then you have you have what you wish, and what you wish here refers to the wisdom. Enlightened people have the wisdom to help them get what they want. That's really the Mani Pearl is your wisdom nature. Okay. And your wisdom will help you get everything you want, anything you want, eventually, if you can wait long enough. All right? Losers, they give up prematurely, unfortunately. "109. They may receive it in person in the treasury of the thus come one." Okay, so this treasure here, Master YongHua says, this treasure here, okay, you can go to the treasury of the thus come one, the Buddhas. Okay, this not just the Buddha, but all Buddhas have this treasury that they share, okay? And anyone can go to this place in person, okay? You have to be there yourself. You cannot get Uber and have it delivered to you. It doesn't work, okay? No. You have to be there in person, okay? Okay, Uber is not allowed in. Because Uber, that's right, Uber people do not believe. And so to receive it in person means you have to do it in person, meaning that you have to do it yourself. In person here is analogy for it's something that you must do yourself. There's no substitute. No one can get enlightened on your behalf. Okay? No one can get enlightened for you. You have to do it yourself. To go there requires you making the personal efforts to get there. Okay? That's the only way. There's no other way. Don't expect your mother to do it for you. Don't expect your husband to do it for you. Don't expect your teacher to do it for you. That's baloney. Okay? So that's why eventually you Sanghas have to learn to wean your students off this dependency on you. Yes, starting out, we help them what they want, but eventually have to learn to be more patient, and more and more and more patient. Okay? 111. The 6 kinds of spiritual functionings are empty, yet not empty. So Master YongHua now is revealing that he has spiritual penetrations. Okay? Once he had these, when he has received the Mani gem pearl, as you wish pearl, he's no longer greedy for anything. You can get whatever you want. So what's the point in worrying about things anymore? Okay? The Mani pearl is what your treasure. There's nothing lacking in your treasure. Okay? He's no longer greedy for recognition. He's no longer greedy for fame and for profit. Okay? And because of that, he's also became endowed with the 6 kinds of spiritual powers. Okay? Yung, functionings. And he stressed here the spiritual functioning, meaning that they are the functioning of your Buddha nature to get what you wish. Okay? And this is what you and we are all endowed with. All of us have this. It's not only for Master YongHua, it's not only for anyone particular. All of us have these 6 spiritual functionings. They come from our Buddha nature. Our Buddha nature, it will reveal itself in these 6 functionings. Okay? This is how we can use our Buddha nature once you have access to it again. And what are the 6 functionings? The heavenly eye, the heavenly ear, the knowledge of others' thoughts, knowledge of past lives. Number 5, spiritual foot. And number 6, exhaustion of outflows. Okay, now, number 6, exhaustion of outflows, only applies to the 4th stage Rahat or higher. Okay? Whereas from 1 to 5, most people can develop this from first dhyana at the lowest level. Okay? Yeah. And so this is the functionings of our Buddha nature. That we're able to see the heavens, see the hells as heavenly eyes. Number 2, heavenly ear. You can hear the sounds from the heavens, from the hells down below. Okay. Number 3, knowledge of others' thoughts. We can read people's minds. Yes, you too.
Oh, thank you, Master. I apologize. There's a question in regards to the Mani, about the Mani pearl.
Okay.
It's from Diego. Emitofuo, Master. Is the Mani pearl made of Vajra? Do we constantly build it through our cultivation?
The Mani pearl is an analogy. A Mani pearl refers to your blessings. In order to get what you want, get as you wish, it comes from your blessings. Okay? Mani pearl is as you wish. So you have this pearl here, or for the dragons, it's called the dragon pearl. Okay? And same thing. It's similar kind of treasure, in that you have this pearl here, then whatever you wish comes true. Let's say you wish to have a red car, you have a red car immediately. Okay, that's why, for example, in the Lotus Sutra, in a section where we read the Universal Door chapter, when Wu Jin Yi Pusa, the infinite intention Bodhisattva, wanted to make an offering to Emitofuo, jewel stupa Buddha, okay, and he when bodhisattvas, mahasattvas, when they make offerings, they want to make offerings. They simply said, "I want to make offerings," and whatever they wish to offer shows up in their hands. Okay. And so, for example, the infinite intention Bodhisattva, when he wanted to make offering to the jewel stupa Buddha, he took out his necklace. Yeah, when you're Bodhisattva, you can wear necklaces. Before that, you can't. Okay, boys and girls, don't do that. When you're Bodhisattva, you become a Bodhisattva, you can do anything you want, practically. Okay, no one will complain. Yeah, and so he took out his necklace. Okay, that is amazing. He's a bodhisattva wearing a necklace in his neck. You know, weird. Okay, and he's called infinite intentions. Okay, and so he's a mahasattva. So he took out his necklace. Okay, and split it in half without breaking it. You know, amazing. For us, he split in half. The thing, the beads fall all over, right? No, for him, it split in half became two different necklaces of the right size. Okay, he offered half to the jewel stupa Buddha, and the other half to one in Bodhisattva. See that? And what is not said in that sutra is, where did he get the thing from? And when? Let me give you the answer. Would you like to know? This is my version, okay? He just got it in the morning. He got up in the morning and said, this morning something important is going to happen, okay? So I need to look my best. So he got this. Immediately, the most expensive necklace he could afford. Okay? He's not Buddha yet, so he has limitations to himself. Okay? So the most expensive necklace appear on his neck. Got that? For that day only, he happened to be wearing a necklace. He'll be using as an offering to the two Buddhas. Isn't that cool? That's the meaning of Mani Pearl. Okay, Mani Pearl is your blessings. Ultimately, it's your blessings. All right? And knowledge of past lives, number 4. This is quite useful. Master YongHua disciples, they are many of them have very pure lives. So many of them can look into your past lives. Okay, they can tell how many wives you have. And so forth. It's kind of cool. Yes, Way Mountain.
Dạ, Như là Phật, con kính chào thầy. Con có 4 câu thơ mà con nghe từ một thiền sư con hỏi thầy giải đáp giùm cho con là ở đời vui đạo phải tùy duyên, đói đến thì ăn mệt ngủ liền. Ở đời vui đạo phải tùy duyên, đói đến thì ăn mệt ngủ liền. Trong nhà có báo thôi tìm kiếm. đối cảnh vô tâm, chớ hỏi thiền. Chớ hỏi thiền. A Di Đà Phật.
Emitofuo, Master, I have 4 verses from a chant master. Would like to ask for Master explanation on this verse. So the verse says, in this life, you find the joy in the way by you have to accord with condition. When you feel hungry, then eat, tired, then sleep. In the house, already presents the treasure. You don't have to look for it. And facing with the state, no mind arise. Don't ask for the chant.
Okay, who is it from? You should all know me by now. When you quote something, you better tell me who is it from.
Dạ con không nhớ, mà con chỉ nhớ bài thiền sư.
Vietnam, Vietnam Master.
Không, bài này để con nhớ, hình như là của vua Trần Nhân Tông á.
Yeah.
Dạ, đây là Phật.
Yeah. This king here, the Trần Nhân Tông, is a Vietnamese king, very famous because he supposedly helped found the Vietnamese Lin Chi school, Lâm Tế. Am I correct? Yeah. So I mistakenly thought that he founded this Chan school of Lin Chi. Actually, he brought it from China to Vietnam. Okay, so he didn't found the school, and he's a very famous guy. He's a real character. He's a king of Vietnam, and he had a real full life as a king. He enjoyed all the pleasures in life, in the lives of a king. And then at the age of 60, he set the new standard. When you get to be 60 years old, that's when you drop everything, you shave your head. I'm not looking at anyone in particular. And it's so Vietnam thing. So Vietnam is very proud of this tradition. When you reach 60, you say, I have a full life, nothing else I need anymore. Okay, so I'm going to shave my head. And unfortunately, from my understanding, like I'm sort of retire or pursue or do something else. Okay, but actually, it's not. They don't become a monk in order to become enlightened. That's not my impression. Am I correct? Vietnam people, correct me. Trần Nhân Tông is a king, but he never advocated that you become enlightened. He just said you should have a high aspiration in life. Okay, like I do. I became a monk. Okay, because there's a higher level aspiration in life, higher than even being a king. So that's his contribution. And then he before that he also brought the Lin Chi Chan school from China to Vietnam, and it became the dominant Chan school in Vietnam. Yes. Okay. So my impression of Trần Nhân Tông is basically of course I'm just don't know for sure, but he's not enlightened yet, not even 4th stage Arhat yet. If you are a king, you are a queen, it's extremely difficult for you to become enlightened. Very, very difficult. All right? Once you're there, you become a monarch, an emperor, and so forth. You have so many attachments, so many expectations out of life and out of people around you, that a lifetime is not enough for you to undo. Okay, and so that's why the Vietnam people, they have a tendency of doing verses. Okay, even my Vietnamese master Mạng Giác, also wrote a lot of poetry, very good poetry, mind you. I'm told I never read any of it for some reason. And many Vietnamese monks write poetry. Master YongHua also wrote poetry. His American disciples also tried to write poetry in Chinese. You know how well it went. American writing Chinese poetry. Give me a break. Okay, and so, but it's what people do. They write poetries. So it's a long answer to you that the 4-line verse there, to me, even if it's not from the King Trần Nhân Tông, Vietnam King Trần Nhân Tông, it's not impressive. It came from the books. Okay, it came from basically it's borrowed from a lot of Chan teachings. It's nothing original about it. I don't know, you've been listening to our Wei Yang anecdotes.
Chưa.
Okay, on Friday
Yes.
night. Okay. All the anecdotes that we studied for last year and a half, 2 years, okay, they're all original. It's nothing has been said before at all, or even after. And if the Chan monks dare come to them, to Master Wei Shan, Master Yang Shan, and regurgitated some kind of Chan saying somewhere, they would be slapped in the face and say, "Get out of here." Okay, say something that comes from you. Don't borrow from someone else. If you want me to teach you, you better say something from you, original from you. Okay, that's how I help you. But if all you do is copycat, borrow from a Taiwanese, right back there, borrow from the Korean people, borrow from others, now I can't teach you. Okay? So in summary, my first reaction is this 4-line verse here is nothing original at all. You can see these concepts everywhere in the Chan literature. You have to accord with conditions. Okay? So what? Why do you have to talk about it? In Chan school, we don't talk about according with condition. We teach you how to accord with that condition, with this condition, because it's stopping you in your cultivation. But to say you need to accord the conditions is too general. It's not very useful as instruction. Does it make sense? It sounds good, but it doesn't do much good for you at all. Okay? As they give you this false sense of knowledge, oh yeah, I know you're supposed to accord the conditions. But the Chan training, okay, is about helping you cope with the conditions, because you don't know how to cope and accord with your conditions. And that's what I like about Master YongHua's teachings. He's the first Chan master who gave me the most information about how to accord with conditions. Okay? And now we take it a step further by telling you more how to better accord with conditions. Okay? So you look at all the four-line gatha there. It's good to read it, okay? But it's nothing original at all. They're all there in the Chan teachings. Okay? So this is a problem with verses. Verses, they rhyme, they're impressive, but they are not very useful for each individual. Chan teaching is very personalized. When you practice Chan, your instructor, your teacher, is supposed to help you. In order to help you, okay, most Chan masters in the Wei-Yang lineage would not utter a verse, except for Master YongHua. He's the only Wei-Yang master I know who would say verses in Chinese. The other Wei-Shan, Master Wei-Shan, Master Yang-Shan, they rarely say verses. Rarely. Okay? Because, why not? Because the verses are not specific enough. They're supposed to be verses, therefore they must rhyme, they must sound good, they must be flowery language. But the Chan instruction should be very precise. It says, stop! It's a Chan instruction. Okay? Slapping is a Chan instruction. This is a lot faster than saying verses. Okay? You should accord with condition. You slap right away. Shut up! Okay? Don't say, you should accord with conditions. Okay? Apple? Yes? You say, should I accord with conditions? You slap right away. And you say, oh yeah, I got it. That's Chan. That's our style of Chan. We don't beat around the bush. We beat women and men, everyone, and monks. Okay? Okay. Again, in the future, please, when you quote these things, ask questions. Get me the author as well. Okay? It would be easier, a lot easier for me to discuss it. Okay? Thank you for the question.
Dạ, cảm ơn thầy. A Di Đà Phật. Dạ.
Okay. Going back to slide 112, spiritual foot. This is my favorite. And people are impressed. They're impressed with, well, I can see dragons. You know, I can hear music, heavenly music up there. For me, I want spiritual foot. Why? It saves money. Why? Because I'm thinking of going to Europe next year. And can you imagine my spiritual foot, how much money we save? Yeah? All right, so spiritual foot is the ability for you, what it describes it as, you disappear into the earth here and pop out instantaneously somewhere else. That's spiritual foot. Okay? And you don't need you don't have to worry about a Boeing 737 Max and so forth. Okay? All right? So I love spiritual foot. And I pray to God that one day when I have spiritual penetrations, let it be spiritual foot. I don't care about the rest. Okay? And exhaustion of outflows is when what it means. Okay? Lo Jin Tong, meaning that you can completely wipe out all your afflictions. And what is implied is not explained to the Chinese. What is implied is that what I just taught you last night. The ability to turn it on and turn it off. That's a starting point of exhaustion or outflows. Master YongHua is exhaustion or outflows. Okay? He has no more outflows. Okay? And the other alternative is on and off switch. On and off switch allows you to connect with people. That's what bodhisattvas do. Any questions? Okay, 113. This pearl of perfect brightness has formed. Wait. Sorry, go back to 112. The six kind of spiritual functionings. Okay, again, functionings are the use of your Buddha nature. Your Buddha nature has all these abilities, okay, to help others. Okay, so that's why they call functionings. Yes, Huệ Mộng.
A Di Đà Phật, con chào thầy. Con có nghe lại mấy cái thép cũ của thầy đó, thầy nói là con nghe mà không biết có rõ không, là thầy nói là khi mà mình thiền xong đó, mình đứng dậy mình đi liền thì nó tốt. Đứng dậy rồi cái mình đợi chút rồi mình đi liền thì nó tốt hơn là mình ngồi mình duỗi chân ra, phải không thầy?
No, it's not true.
Nghe một lần mà con không có rewind là được, thành ra con phải hỏi để cho rõ.
Emitofuo.
Yeah.
Emitofuo. Hello, Master. I've heard in your tape, in the old days, you say that after we meditate, we stand up right away or wait a little bit and then stand up and walk around better than you stretch your leg. Is that true? Because I've just heard it once and I don't know how to rewire it. That's why I want to ask you about this question.
Okay, very good. Let me use my knowledge of past lives. Wait, I don't have it. Never mind. Okay, forget it. What I'm referring to is after you, at the end of your sit. When I first started, Master YongHua disciples taught us, who claimed to be an expert in meditation, taught us, and it's caught on a lot by a lot of teachers, is that you do the cup your eyes and massage your face, and bring warmth to your face again, rub your kidneys. I think the old monks should do that. Your kidneys, if you have heart problem, you go, you massage your heart, whatever. Okay, so they used to advocate this, and I found it funny because all the Vietnam people who came to my classes, they all did that. They all looked very proud. Say, I know how to end a sit. Because, and I did it too, by the way, because I did everything that was taught to me. So I also did that, and I very proudly, I say, as soon as we're done in Long Beach Monastery there, I would cup my eyes and warm my face again, and touch my head to make sure that it's warm, and then rub my belly and say, oh, I'm hungry today. And then in particular, use the back of your fist here. Okay, and rub the kidneys in the back. I did that for a long, long time. Very proud. Until one day I woke up and I realized that I was too full of myself when I was doing that. Something is wrong. After you sit, you meditate, and you show off immediately. Because Invariably, I saw so many people doing that because they're showing off. They say, I know meditation, man. Okay? It's ridiculous. It's I taught to people that's anti-meditation. You spend an hour with us, stealing your mind. Okay? And the first thing you do at the end of the sit is to agitate yourself immediately right away. That's nonsense. It looks like she did that too. She does that too. Do you do that too? Rub your nose?
Dạ không. Trước đó cũng có.
See what I mean? A Vietnam thing. It's nonsense. Okay? You're stealing physically and mentally, and all of a sudden you go berserk, you go rubbing everywhere. You know, it's like a monkey.
Mấy thầy nói làm như vậy để máu huyết chạy đều á thầy.
Baloney.
Ngồi thiền á.
That's nonsense. Your blood. The only problem is that when your legs are hurting, your hips are hurting, then you can stretch them. And then you tap them so that you encourage blood to flow again before you stand up so that you can stand up. Okay? But if you can stand up. Okay? And make sure you regain balance before you take a walk. That's all. But don't do these silly things and rubbing and that thing. I think people stop doing that nowadays, especially Vietnam people. I don't see them do it anymore. But it's the rage 25 years ago. Okay? Everyone is doing that, especially Vietnam people. Okay? And some poor Chinese souls went to Vietnam meditation teacher and picked it up as well. Okay? But I don't see it being done anymore because I would ridicule it. It's nonsense. Yes, one. Go ahead. Okay? So, so what you do is if the legs are hurting and you know you have no sensation in your legs, it's okay to stretch them, okay? And tap them and massage them so that you bring them back to life before you can stand up so that you don't fall and hurt yourself. That's the main thing. Okay? But be gentle. You don't need, to make a spectacle of yourself. That I know how to meditate. They can't meditate. They sit the whole day and the most Vietnam people do is they false think like crazy. They think about this, they think about what they're going to have for lunch, which I did today, and so forth. And they think the whole hour and they stand up and they finish, and as soon as they finish, they rub themselves like maniacs. You want to rub? Get a massage. Okay, is that clear?
Con cảm ơn thầy. Yeah,
Okay,
cảm ơn thầy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A design, this is from Master YongHua's teachings, and that's from the Chinese chant. After you sit, it's a very good idea for you to walk around, to restore blood circulation naturally in your body. But walk naturally, slowly, okay? And it's a form of walking meditation. Rubbing yourself is not meditation. That's nonsense. It's garbage. And people picked up because it looks cool, looks different, as if you know what you're doing. It's all nonsense. Okay? Your chi is, if you meditate properly, your chi is strong enough already. You don't need to rub your body to increase your blood flow. Actually, it slows it down. That's what's so stupid about it. When you meditate, your blood flows very strongly already, naturally, okay? And as soon as you start rubbing yourself vigorously like that, it brings blood to the surface, but actually it pulls blood away from the circulation. So that's not good for the blood circulation, by the way. It's nonsense. very trendy for a while, okay, for at least 2 or 3 years. I was still guilty of that. All right, I think time is up. Can I finish a slide here, 112, before we leave, please? Okay. So he says the 6 kinds of spiritual functionings are empty, yet not empty. Very quickly, they're empty, meaning that they don't think much about it. And this is why you have the 6 spiritual functionings for penetration, because you're not attached to them. Okay, the less attached you are to the spiritual powers, the more powerful they are. That's a difference. Okay, the first dhyana people can have spiritual penetrations too. Okay, and up higher. Okay, but because of their levels, there's a difference in level of power, level of efficacy. So that's why we advocate, don't worry about spiritual functionings yet, get high up there, and then eventually your spiritual penetration will follow. Don't have to worry about it. Don't be greedy. The less greedy you are, the quicker they come. Okay? And yet not empty. Not empty because they're useful. They're empty because you're not attached to it, not empty because they are useful in your work. They are helpful in saving others. We stop here today and thank you all. Let's go to lunch.